Today we'll be having the test of human body first, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm writing the questions. So question number 1. Most of the
Ma'am, how many questions do we have?
20.
Okay.
Most of the movements of the body are mediated by muscles and joint action. Which of the following movement does not involve muscle and joint action? So the options are kneeling down, B is bending of fingers, C is blinking of eye, and D is none of these. Let me know, then I'll move to next question.
Ma'am, it should have both muscles and joints should be used, or only or either one of them can
Both muscles and joint. So which of the following movement does not involve muscle and joint action?
Yes, ma'am, I'm done.
Okay. So question number 2. Which type of joint is present in our knees? Can you tell without the options that which type of joint is in our knees?
Is gliding joint. I'm gliding joint.
It's in the option, yes. But I'll tell you after, you complete your test and when we are checking that which type of joint is present in our knees.
I got it now.
Which one you got?
The hinge.
Yes, not gliding.
Yeah, it is. Gliding, I think it's somewhere in the shoulder. Or
Yes. Shoulder. Yes, so should I move to next question? Third question is, I'm telling you the rib cage has 12 pair of ribs, right?
Yeah.
The last 2 pairs are called, so last 2 pairs of ribs
Ma'am, actually, on this coming Thursday, I have science exam in school.
In school?
Yeah.
Your which chapters are coming?
Air and water.
Air and water?
Yeah.
Mm, air and water. Just give me a second.
Okay.
Air, water, and weather.
Only air and water.
Okay. So, should we do that chapter today?
I think we can go in the order itself, ma'am.
Because on Thursday you are saying you are having exams, so we have two classes only, Monday and Wednesday.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm saying. So let's have this test on after your school test. Have this test on Friday.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, so we'll study air and water.
Yes, ma'am. Then I'll just leave this much space and go to the next page
Yes,
and
yes.
do the notes.
Air and water. Hmm. So, as we know that atmosphere is the blanket of air, right?
Wrapped
That
around.
surrounds the earth, right?
Yeah.
So, part of atmosphere which is nearest to earth is
Troposphere.
troposphere, right? So,
Yeah, atmosphere is 1 second, ma'am. It's troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, ionosphere, and exosphere.
yes. So, air is a mixture of,
Air is a mixture of gases.
yes, is a mixture of gases, various gases. So, in that 78% is
It's nitrogen.
nitrogen, correct?
21% is oxygen, and
Correct.
the other 1% is carbon dioxide, water vapor, and other gases.
Correct. Oxygen and 1% is uh, carbon dioxide, and it also contains
It
dust,
contains dust.
smoke, and water vapor. So, as you told, the layers of atmosphere thermosphere, mesosphere, stratosphere, troposphere. Do you know that air has weight also?
Yes, ma'am. Air has weight. To prove that, we have to take one inflated balloon and one balloon which is not blown, and we have to put it in a balance. So the one which is inflated goes down, and the one which is not blown goes up.
Yes. So air has weight. So it occupies
One
space
second. Yes, ma'am.
and exerts
It occupies space, excess pressure, and
in
and it
all
also
directions.
has pressure. And also air has pressure.
Correct. Exerts pressure in all directions.
Ma'am, in all directions, is it equally in all directions?
Yes, it's equal, and it depends on the if any phenomena is going on. So then the air pressure would be changed.
Okay, ma'am.
So we know that water is also important for living things,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So in water, what do you mean by impurities?
Impurity means impurity means pollution in that thing. So, for example, it will be polluted like the pure one will not be there. Some extra substances will be added in it.
Yes, the substances that make water unfit for consumption are called impurities, right? So harmful impurities, right? We have to remove the harmful impurities of water so that
Yes,
it would be fit for drinking, right?
yes, ma'am. We can use filtration to take out the particles which is not want, which is unwanted, and even sedimentation and decantation can be
Yes,
also used. And boiling and chlorination will help to make the water pure for drinking.
yes. So sedimentation,
It is a process in which the heavy insoluble substances will settle down.
right, right. And distillation,
Distillation. Distillation is taking the salt out from the seawater.
distillation is used to remove soluble impurities,
Okay, ma'am.
and in this chlorine chlorine is added to kill germ and help to make water safe for drinking.
And so even boiling is also a method of distillation.
But in that chlorine is not added.
Oh, only chlorine should be added.
Yes. So sedimentation, you know, right? The
And even chlorination's other name is distillation.
yes, yes. So sedimentation, the process in which insoluble impurities settle at the bottom of the liquid to form a sediment, right? In sedimentation.
In
So
decantation, it is pouring out the
can you give
salt.
any example of sedimentation?
Yes, ma'am. Like mud, sand, rocks, rice.
Yes, in muddy water, like in muddy
In
water,
muddy
the
water,
clear water
the mud settles down and the clear
settles
water is up.
up.
And in sand or in sandy water also the same.
Yes. And
Decantation.
have you written this? Should I move?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what is decantation?
Decantation is pouring out the water by not disturbing the sediments.
Correct. Sediment should be within the beaker only. So
Yes,
it is
ma'am.
settled
For
down on.
example, this color is the sediment we pour out the other colors, like that.
Yes. So decantation is the process of gently pouring the clear liquid into another beaker without disturbing the sediments, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And what do you mean by filtration?
Filtration. Filtration is a process in which we put in which we filter in which we use filter paper to take the insoluble substances out from the water.
So in this, the insoluble solid, because we have a water where the impurities are not soluble and they doesn't settle down at the bottom. So the process by which very fine insoluble solids can be separated. Should I write?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Actually, it's okay, ma'am. It's okay. You don't need to write.
Should I tell you?
Yeah.
Okay. It is the process by which
Hmm.
very fine insoluble solids
Okay.
can be separated
Okay.
from a liquid solid mixture
Okay.
by passing it
Okay.
through a through a suitable porous material
Ma'am, what is
like
OS?
filter. Porous materials like filter paper.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, by passing it through a filter, either you can write by passing it through a filter paper.
Okay,
So the
ma'am.
liquid obtained after filtration is called filtrate.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Right.
And the sediment is known as you.
So any example if you can give for filtration?
For filtration. Mm, filtering the rice from
Why,
the water after soaking it.
why you are more bothered about rice only?
Because I can't find any other example.
Okay. So anyone in at your home drinks tea?
You?
Huh? Anyone at your home drinks tea? Tea.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
So tea is also example of filtration that we pour and the part of the tea which we do not want, right? It comes in the
Ah, yes, ma'am.
right.
I even do that thing for milk.
Okay, so that the what we call
I don't know what it
ma-
is, but there's some
we call it malai in Hindi.
like it looks like this. It looks like paper on top.
Yeah, we call
Yeah,
it
that one I don't even like it. If I eat it, I will vomit.
yes, same with
So I
me.
usually filter it.
Yes, same with me. And we call it malai in Hindi.
Oh, we
Malai.
call it yed in Tamil.
What do you call?
Yed.
Yed. Okay. So so now we talk about the water only. So you understood filtration?
Ah, yes, ma'am.
Okay. Uh, when right, some there are some real life examples that when we throw a stone in the water, it sinks,
Thanks.
right?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
And in rainy seasons, we are advised to clean our coolers more of town and avoid much watering of plant as small larvae of mosquito can be seen breeding in them, right?
Oh,
So as you know that water was not available as easily available today. Water was not easily available in our earlier times. So
they have to go in search of rivers, right?
Right. So our grandparents or old people, they used to travel long distances to fill up the water from wells, lakes, ponds, rivers, etc. So the major source of water are rivers, lakes, ponds, wells, right? So there were no taps or motors then, right? And only one or two hand pumps or well existed in the entire village.
Okay, ma'am.
So you have sources of irrigation also in this chapter.
Sources of irrigation. My book is in another room, ma'am, and they're doing some civil work in that room.
No problem. We'll study
Okay.
sources of irrigation.
Okay, ma'am.
So these can be classified into first is groundwater source, second is surface water, and third is
Ma'am, I'm going to write this.
okay, third is non-conventional AL, non-conventional sources. So groundwater that extracted from springs or by using wells, right? So water extracted,
Ma'am, can I go and drink water?
Harshika, by studying the water, you are becoming thirsty, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have it.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So surface water, surface water where we can found, we can withdraw water from like rivers, lakes, and non-conventional sources like treated wastewater, heated wastewater, or drainage water.
Ma'am, it is non-conventional sources.
Yes, non-conventional. So agriculture is using untreated wastewater as a source of irrigation water because agriculture has to compete for increasingly scarce water resources with industry and municipal users. So that's why.
Ma'am,
But
treated wastewater means.
treated wastewater, so wastewater from industries at homes, so they treat it and make it fit for human beings or fit for drinking. So treatment of wastewater. Wastewater cannot be drink or used in that way, right?
So they clean it and drink.
Yes. So it need to be treated. Wastewater and drainage water also.
Yes, ma'am, I wrote it.
Okay. So there are different methods different methods of lifting water. So, what for lifting water, water lifting devices are used, right? They are used to lift water to a height that allow users easy access to water, right? So, lifting devices can be used to raise groundwater, lifting devices can be used to raise groundwater, rainwater, which is stored in underground reservoirs, right? And river water. So some of the techniques are for lifting water is using rope and bucket, using pumps, right? With the help of pumps, the rainwater or the which is stored underground, right? So it is lifted upwards, right? Using pumps.
Yes, and when we do this, it will be. Ma'am, like in my native, actually, my grandmother now shifted to a new house. Before they were in one house. In that house,
Mhm.
they had pumps. So for mopping the floor and all, they have to do the pump and water comes out of it.
Yes, in usually in villages, so villages do have these pumps today also. So in villages, we have the water, which is the underground water comes up with the help of pumps. So nowadays, electric pumps are used so that, I mean, people don't have to use their energy, and with the help of pumps, water come upwards, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So, mm, do you know what is the, I mean, what do you mean by water wheel?
What?
Water wheel.
One second. One second.
So water wheel, should I tell you or you're talking?
One second, ma'am.
Okay.
Dusty. Ah, yes, ma'am. Sorry.
Yes, Harshika, you are very busy.
What, ma'am?
You are very busy.
No, ma'am. There's some dust coming.
Okay. So, what do you mean by water wheel? Do you know?
No, ma'am.
So it is like this, a shape of a wheel.
Oh, from that there'll be buckets and it comes.
Yes,
Like in one comic.
there are buckets, or we can say that slots available to fill water.
I have seen. It's like it's like in the circles there'll be a big wheel, right?
Yes,
It's like
big
that,
wheel.
but because of seats they have put buckets.
Yes, correct. So it is a machine for converting the energy of free flowing or falling water into useful forms of power. So, for example, like this phenomena also takes place in water
Also,
meet.
it's also used for water power, ma'am. Like
For water power, yes. For generating energy, for generating power. So the two main functions of water wheel is water lifting for irrigation and power source, as a power source, right? So the water wheel, it can be made of wood or metal, and it consists of blades,
it is made of wood, metal, and blades.
and an outside rim, a
Wood,
tub,
wood, metal, blades, on outside rim.
a tub,
Yes.
okay. So now we will talk about plants and animals in water, right?
Okay, ma'am.
So as you know that like land, there also exists a massive life inside water, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So both flora and fauna, they are found in water.
Ma'am,
So
flora means flowers and fauna
flowers,
means animals, right?
yeah, sorry,
1 second, ma'am. Yes, yes, ma'am. So flora means flowers and fauna means animals.
animals, correct. So the life persisting in water is known as, what does it known as? The life persisting
Oh,
in water,
aquatic,
correct. Aquatic life,
or marine.
marine, right. So the animals living in water are known as aquatic animals,
And plants
are aquatic plants,
marine animals, marine plants.
right. So aquatic plants are adapted to living in aquatic environment, right? So the water can be a salt water or a fresh water.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Corals can be seen in salted water.
Yes. So they are also referred as hydrophytes.
Ma'am, the what are referred as hydro?
Aquatic plants which are adapted to living in aquatic environment.
Okay, ma'am. Aquatic plants are also known as hydro.
Hydrophytes.
Can you
As
just
I
write
said,
the spelling, ma'am?
hydrophyte. So some of the aquatic plants are also used by human as food source. So for example, like wild rice.
What, ma'am?
Some of the aquatic plants are used by humans as a food source.
Okay, ma'am.
They are used in the form of food. Indian lotus, water spinach,
Ma'am, like the stem of lotus is known as Kamal Kapdi, right?
yes, Kamal Kakdi. So one of the largest aquatic plants in the world. What's the name?
I don't know, ma'am.
Okay. So largest aquatic plant in the world is Amazon water lily. And one of the smallest aquatic plant is minute duckweed. So animals that live on both land and water are known as.
Amphibians. 1 second, ma'am. I was still writing it.
Should I move to previous page?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
The smallest one is millipede. Yes, ma'am. You can move.
Okay. So animals that live on land and water are amphibians, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So some of the examples like ducks,
Duck,
turtles,
ducks,
crocodiles,
frogs, turtles.
frogs, right? Water snakes,
Yes, ma'am. Even salamanders.
correct. So they are capable of living both on land and in water, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So the aquatic animals are classified according to the water in which they live. So those animals that live in fresh water are called freshwater animals, and those of the ones that are living in seawater are known as seawater animals.
Okay, ma'am. 1 second, ma'am. I'm just writing that. Uh, freshwater animals and seawater animals.
Right.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So what do you understand by
Ma'am, freshwater animals examples are duck,
correct?
two
Duck,
types of fishes,
fishes,
and oh, mm, eels, water snakes.
Yes. So flotation, the phenomenon of remaining on the surface of a liquid without sinking. So it's called flotation. What do you understand by solubility?
Yes, ma'am. Solubility means of a substance, means how much it can blend in with it. Like in salt, we can only see the water, but we
Mhm.
can't see that. We can't identify if it is without tasting. We can't tell that something is mixed with it.
Yes, so solubility is the property of solid, liquid, or gaseous substance called solute to dissolve in.
Solute is the one which dissolves in the water. Solvent is the liquid which dissolves the solute. And solution is the mixture of both solute and solvent.
Solvent, right. So there are so the oil, petrol, kerosene, wax, are these soluble or insoluble?
Oil, petrol. In water, they are not soluble, but in oil, they are.
They are. And liquids like alcohol, sugar, salt, juices, so these all are soluble in water,
Yeah, they are.
right?
Yes, ma'am.
So water, we can say that water is a universal solvent,
Yes, ma'am. Water is a universal solvent.
right? So when oil is added in water or vice versa, when water is added in oil, so there are two separate layers get formed, right?
Uh,
Because
yes,
oil
ma'am.
doesn't mix with water,
Yes,
right?
ma'am. In I think in water. Yes, ma'am. In water, it will be like. 1 second, ma'am. I'm just drawing the top part.
What are you drawing?
1 second, ma'am. Ma'am, so if it's in a cup, it is with water. On top, it will be like this if oil is put.
Right, right. So there are basic concepts about liquids also that they have a definite volume, right? And it conforms to the shape of its container, right? Liquids take the shape of the container in which they are, right? And liquids show expansion when they are heated or contract when they are cooled, right?
Ma'am, can you just repeat?
Liquids show expansion when they are heated and
Ma'am, 1 second. Yes, ma'am.
and contract when they are cooled.
Yes. Ma'am, I
Right?
can't understand, ma'am.
Have you seen a packet of ghee? A ghee
Okay.
packet. So
You're asking in a bottle?
in a container.
Yeah, I have seen.
So
Plastic
when the
cons.
plastic container or cardboard container, so when the temperature is when there are winters, when the temperature is low, so they get freezed, right, in normal temperature. they get freeze. They are not in the liquid form. While in summers, they are liquid, right? So liquid shows expansion when they are heated. So
Okay, ma'am. 1 second. Yes, ma'am.
yes, so liquid show expansion when they are heated
Okay.
and contract when they are cooled.
Yes, ma'am. So,
Yes, tell me.
so, ma'am, if this is an ice cube, it is in like this. So, if it is like
If it's a
heated,
ice, if it's a ice cube, if it's heated, it will expand and form liquid,
yes,
right? From us,
yes, ma'am. Then it will become like it will.
if we'll heat it more, then it will change to
Yes, it will
yes,
vapor. It will expand even more and go out.
yes.
So like
So you can say gas.
very tiny droplet.
Yes, it will. There's some misconcept and concept we are speaking now. So
What?
when the misconcept and concept we are speaking now, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So misconcept is that when heated at high temperature, water and oil can be mixed together to form one solution. So it's a misconcept that when water and oil is heated at a high temperature, it will get mixed. So water and oil are two immiscible liquids that cannot be
Water
mixed,
and oil will never get mixed if we do anything. We can't
right,
even
on high temperature or by shaking,
or
right?
in low temperature too.
Yes, water and oil cannot be mixed. So second misconcept is that heavy object always sinks and light objects always float.
No, ma'am, it is a misconception because papers for some time it will float, then it will sink.
Yes, this is due to the gravitational pull of the object.
Yes, ma'am, and even something like the ship will float because of shape.
Right, because of shape. Right.
Hmm.
So, so we have stagnant and allowing water, like water that is not in motion is still at a place. We call it as stagnant water, right? उसमें ताश में भी. Yes. So stagnant water is the breeding ground for various insects also. So water which is stagnant, so it is breeding uh, breeding place for mosquitoes, right? So water which is stagnant. So now in our next class we'll do the questions and we are left with the types of pollution. Do you have types of pollution? And we'll do that. You don't check it.
Um,
Okay. So we'll do that and some questions. Okay.
okay, ma'am.
Okay. So we'll meet on Wednesday, right?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. See you. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.